Hi, it's Barry Neal here. I'd like to invite you to my next webinar, which is on the subject of rapid inductions for Zoom. Over the last couple of years, many of us have had to start working over Zoom because of COVID restrictions and things like that. And doing so has given us some great opportunities to work with people all the way around the world. But it's also come with a couple of problems. And one of those problems is the type of inductions that we can use. Because many of us were trained with inductions that often you used to have to lift the person's hand up or have them open and close their eyes and put your hand in front of their face, or do sort of a hand dropping type inductions. And all the sort of instant rapid inductions are kind of difficult to do over Zoom. And what's happened is many therapists have gone back to using some of the old progressive muscle relaxation type inductions. And that can come with another load of problems, because what if the client falls asleep? Now, it's one thing if the client falls asleep when they're in your office, you can kick the chair, shake them, stir them up. But over Zoom, that kind of isn't an option. And it could be very difficult to try and arouse the client if they've actually fallen asleep, and then you've had a wasted session. So what I'm going to be teaching in this webinar, what you're going to be learning, is how to adapt some of the instant and rapid inductions, such as the Dave Elman induction, so that it works really, really well over Zoom. So you're going to be learning some really fantastic inductions, which will really hypnotize your clients, not just relax them, hypnotize them. You're going to be learning how to adapt some of the inductions you may already know, like, for example, the Elman induction. But most importantly, we're going to start incorporating tests and convincers so that the client absolutely knows that they're hypnotized. And as you're probably aware, a lot of hypnosis is about belief and expectancy. And if you don't do tests and convincers, particularly if you're working on things like habit change, like smoking or weight loss, then you're not going to get the success that you want if you're not proving hypnosis. So in this webinar, we're going to be learning how to actually hypnotize each other over Zoom. This is going to be an interactive workshop. We are actually going to be sending off into a room. I'm going to give you some exercises. I'm going to teach you an induction, and then you're going to go off and practice it, so that straight away you will feel confident with these new inductions. So that then the next client you have, you're going to be able to incorporate into your session with all the tests and convincers, and you're going to see your success rates skyrocket, because you're really using hypnosis, not relaxo type of therapy. So this is going to be about 2 hours long. You're going to be plenty of time for questions. If you've been to one of my webinars before, you know I cram a load of information into the session. It's not going to be just me talking about how great I am and how many clients I've helped. No, it's going to be straight into what can it do for you? What can you learn? The techniques that you can use to really maximize your success. We're going to have time for practice, time for questions, so that you really get a real learning experience from this, something you can take and use with your very, very next client. So I hope to see you soon. The webinar should be about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours long, depending on how many questions I get. And like all the other webinars, it will be limited to a small amount so that we get the greatest amount of time. I don't want to be having 50, 60 people there. I want to have a small amount so that you can get the personalized questions that you want answered, and we can practice together, and really you can learn these skills so that you can use them with your next client. So I hope to see you soon. The link below, just sign up down there, and I hope to see you soon.